Happening now, why President Biden's infrastructure plan could bring thousands of jobs to Chautauqua County, plus the Chautauqua Mall turns 50 this week.
Well, it's a nice sunny day out there, but we've got some rain to go through tomorrow, which may turn to some wet snowflakes. On Thursday, we'll talk about it next. The news starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
President Joe Biden's proposed infrastructure plan could bring thousands of jobs to Chautauqua County. Thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer spoke about Biden's $2 trillion initiative known as the American Jobs Act during a visit to Jamestown last week. Schumer says the bill will do more than just improve the roads, but help improve the local workforce as well.
The intention here is not just to get out of the ditch of COVID, but also to get our economy going at a fast clip. Between 1970 and 2000, our economy grew at 3.5%. Wages grew at 3, 4, 5%. But in the 21st century, in the 2000s, it grew much more slowly. That's not good enough anymore. That's why more kids went into poverty. That's why there was higher unemployment.
Now, the infrastructure initiative looks to fix up 20,000 miles of roads and 10,000 bridges while addressing climate change, racial inequities, and raising corporate taxes. Well, the Biden administration is no longer planning to create a White House-led policing commission. Domestic Policy Council Director Susan Rice says the decision comes after talking with the civil rights community. Instead of forming a commission, the administration will focus its efforts on passing police reform through legislative channels, like signing the George Floyd Justice Act into law. The House of Representatives passed that bill last month. Supporters say it would improve law enforcement accountability and work to root out racial bias in policing. Over the last 6 months, all local governments across New York State were tasked with reviewing and revisiting their own policing procedures in the wake of Floyd's death. Well, many airplanes have been sitting idle since the pandemic started, but now airlines are pulling them from storage as they prepare for a spike in summer travel. Pete Moonten reports.
The pressure is on at American Airlines Tulsa maintenance base. Here, crews are preparing planes to meet the new surge in air travel. Hundreds of commercial airliners sat idle on taxiways, ramps, even runways through much of the pandemic. Now, American says all of its planes will be flying again by the end of the month. No easy task.
In many ways, we touch the aircraft, actually have more maintenance requirements on the aircraft that has been in storage or is in storage than we do with the aircraft that's out actively flying.
Roger Steele's team of mechanics are spending 1,000 hours to revive just one plane here. Part of their work includes federally mandated inspections of the Boeing 737. It is the world's most popular airliner. American alone parked 300 of them because of the pandemic. The FAA said the plane sitting idle could cause a critical valve to fail, risking catastrophic dual-engine power loss in flight.
All of the things that could have been negatively impacted by the fact that it was parked have been identified, they've been addressed, and they've been resolved. And so I can assure you 110% that these aircraft are safe and they're ready to fly.
Planes have been stored exclusively outside for months on end, and crews came out here about every 10 days to check things like the engine, uncover them and fire them up. Also check the landing gear, the tires and the brakes, the crucial parts inside there. About 100 planes were stored out here at the peak of the pandemic, but now there are only a few left. The latest data shows airline travel closing in on a recovery. Industry groups say flights are now 75% full, up from 60% just last month. New demand means the industry is bouncing back sooner than expected. The newest jump in numbers means the Transportation Security Administration needs more help screening passengers. It is hiring 6,000 new officers to staff checkpoints, holding hiring events nationwide.
I think the big thing is for us, we want to be prepared for the summer. We're clearly taking a lot of efforts to make sure that happens.
United Airlines just said it will hire new pilots for the first time in more than a year. Pete Moonten, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Pete, thank you. American Airlines says its pilots will be thoroughly rechecked in classrooms and simulators before coming back to the job. Well, the Chautauqua Mall will celebrate 50 years of business this week. The mall is hosting a celebration kickoff event tomorrow at 11 a.m. The Jubilee runs through Sunday, April 18th, with live music, memorabilia, entertainment, giveaways, and refreshments offered within the mall's concourse. Mall officials are asking residents to share their favorite memories and photos on social media for a chance to win a gift card to the retailer of their choice. Additionally, there will be a Post Your Memories wall located in the center court where guests can share the message about their memories. Now, under development of Edward D. Bartolo, the mall opened in 1971 with Sears, Woolworth, JCPenney, and Quality Markets as its anchor stores. Several stores since have come and gone, with Office Max most recently leaving its storefront location. However, and Ollie's Bargain Outlets plans to open in their place sometime this year. Over the years, the mall has felt some financial heartache, too, with the center's parent company, Washington Prime Group, missing a $1 million interest payment last February. Certainly great to reminisce on the memories. Thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. As we get a check of some local news headlines this afternoon, let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below. We always love to hear from you. Well, now let's switch gears a bit and get a first check of our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter standing by with that. Happy Wednesday to you, Mr.
Happy
Hunter.
Wednesday, everybody. And Justin, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What was your favorite store in the mall that is no longer there?
KB Toys.
Yes.
All day long.
Yes, exactly.
I had a train set that we got from there as a kid. Will forever love that train set.
Do you still have it?
I don't know. That's a good question for my mom, actually. I should text her.
Amy, if you're watching, please let us in the comments down below.
I'm gonna ask her.
Okay.
Do we still have the toy?
Okay, so while Justin's doing that, let's go into first weather. So the rain chances here, something we talked about yesterday, is that the rain chances over the next 5 days really are going to be minimal. Tomorrow is the best chance, about a 40 to 45% chance of at least a few rain showers, but that rain showers also comes with a few wet snowflakes possible as well across the higher terrain. And the rain is good news because we still have this moderate drought condition across all of western New York and actually extending now into portions of central New York as well. Now, this will be updated tomorrow by NOAA. We'll see what they do with the drought condition status tomorrow when that's updated, but we really need the rain around here. 57 to 65 through the afternoon today. The sun is back for you. Enjoy it. Yes, not much to write home about with the southwest wind averaging 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow's a different story, though. Cooler with rain and, maybe some snowflakes. We'll talk about it in detail with that 42 degrees and sunny 7-day forecast later in the shoe. Justin?
All right, Dakota, looking forward to it. If you can't keep the sunshine, I don't want that snow, but nevertheless, you'll let us know. Well, the accelerating U.S. COVID-19 vaccination effort hit a setback. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and Food and Drug Administration now recommending a pause in the use of the Johnson & Johnson one-dose vaccine over blood clot concerns. Karen Kafa has the details from Washington and what's next in the process.
The CDC and FDA calling for a timeout in the use of Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine after 6 reported U.S. cases of a rare and severe type of blood clot.
Right now, I'd like to stress these events appear to be extremely rare. However, COVID-19 vaccine safety is a top priority for the federal government.
The cases, all in women between the ages of 18 and 48, all occurring 6 to 13 days after vaccination. One has died, another in critical condition. The 6 cases are out of nearly 7 million doses of the one-shot vaccine administered in the U.S. so far. The clotting not seen, the government says, after Moderna or Pfizer vaccines.
People who have vaccine appointments with the other 2 vaccines should continue with their appointment.
A CDC advisory committee will convene Wednesday to discuss next steps. Some states already anticipated fewer Johnson & Johnson doses this week because of an unrelated production problem. Many have followed the recommendation to pause already. The White House COVID response team saying it won't have a major impact on U.S. vaccination goals. Experts say overall, benefits of vaccination still outweigh COVID's risks.
I want to emphasize the risk-benefit ratio is way in favor of benefit. These vaccines have saved thousands of lives already.
Those who received the J&J vaccine within the last 3 weeks and developed severe headache, abdominal pain, leg pain, or shortness of breath should contact their healthcare provider. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Karen, thank you. The White House senior advisor for their COVID-19 response team says the U.S. is not dependent on the Johnson & Johnson shot to hit their vaccine goals to have half of the population vaccinated by the end of this week. Well, Facebook is rolling out notifications to alert users about when and where they're eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine in their state. The company said the alerts will be found at the top of their news feeds that vaccination appointments are open to more age groups. Facebook has been showing vaccine notifications to users 65 and older since February. Some health departments say it received increases in vaccine registrations following Facebook's decision to run state-based notifications there. Well, next here, new numbers reveal interesting stats about hunting accidents in New York State last year. And later, what donation is helping achieve some big goals in Lakewood. Stay with us as WNY News Now rolls along.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Honest John's has what you're looking for. When you want it good, we're gonna give you lots more.
From freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has what you're looking for. And now 2 great locations, East 2nd Street and Fairmount Avenue. Order takeout or delivery today online at honestjohns.pizza.
You're gonna get it good at Honest John's.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Every cookie sold in the Girl Scout Cookie Program helps girls learn lifelong lessons in people skills, decision making, money management, goal setting, and business ethics. It's amazing how much you can learn from a cookie. The Girl Scout Cookie Program. Think outside the box.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. Hunting-related accidents remained relatively low across New York State last year. According to the State Department of Environmental Conservation, 22 hunting-related incidents occurred in 2020. It's slightly up from the record low 12 incidents in 2019. The DEC says the number of hunting accidents continue to trend downward when compared to data from over the past 20 years. 9 of the 22 accidents that occurred last year were two-party firearm incidents and 13 were self-inflicted. The agency says all of these incidents could have been prevented if hunting safety rules had been followed. Last year, the DEC offered a completely online hunter safety course when in-person classes were canceled just prior to the hunting season in the spring. They say the number of participants demonstrated huge success for their online platform in terms of certifying safe hunters. Nearly 67,000 new hunters were certified last year compared to an average of about 24,000 in previous. Now, none of the 22 hunting-related incidents last year involved a hunter who took the online safety course. A Jamestown area nature center is looking for volunteers to help with their upcoming Earth Day cleanup event. The Audubon Community Nature Center at 1600 Riverside Road is hosting a Volunteer Day Team Challenge. That's Saturday, April 24th at 8:30 in the morning. Both staff and other volunteers will be working to pull non-native plants, sprucing up the gardens, working on the outdoor turtle habitats, picking up some trash as part of a roadside cleanup effort, and more. No pre-registration is needed. However, team slots are first come, first served. After all the hard work is complete, officials say stick around and celebrate your accomplishments with some lunch. Face coverings are required for outdoor programs during which participants cannot maintain 6 feet of distance between their family group. To learn more, simply visit audubоncnc.org. Well, every year, nearly 800,000 Americans suffer a stroke. And a stroke is the leading cause of serious long-term disabilities here in the U.S. But new research is offering some hope. Mandy Gaither with more in today's Health Minute for us.
1 in 3 stroke victims never call 911, according to the CDC, delaying critical care.
By the time that they get treated, potentially there's been already significant damage to the brain tissue because of the lack of blood supply.
That damage can cause a number of problems, including paralysis, speech impairment, and loss of motor function.
Right now, the current standard of treatment for a stroke is basically trying to get rid of a clot that's basically blocking blood supply to the brain.
In a study published in the journal Science Advances, researchers at Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center have developed a technology to introduce genetic material into cells. They say this might make a delay in care less damaging as it allows them to reprogram skin cells.
With our cocktail, we can sort of tell or teach those cells to become blood vessel cells.
Once injected into mice that had suffered a stroke, lead researcher Daniel Gallego Perez says they saw signs of brain tissue repair.
When we looked at the behavior of these mice as well, they regain motor function significantly. I think the implications for humans, treating humans with this are big.
More research will need to be done into how this treatment works in mice before the study is scaled up to include larger animals testing for safety and efficacy. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Mandy, thank you. The skin cells used for therapy come from the patient, so one day, if it's deemed safe and effective for human researchers, they say, don't envision the body rejecting the cells because they were already part of the person. Well, a local bank has donated $50,000 to help fund a hospice house here in Chautauqua County. Key Bank, in partnership with the First Niagara Foundation, made the donation to the Chautauqua Hospice and Palliative Care. The hospice residence is expected to provide over 200 people who lack a caregiver, have a complex medical condition, or can't remain at home to find a suitable place in their final days. The Our Care House campaign has raised $2.3 million so far. Due to the pandemic's related cost increases associated with building it, the campaign is now extended through the summer. The house is currently under construction and expected to be completed this year. Certainly that great, exciting, a wonderful addition, much needed here in southern Chautauqua County. Thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below. We always love to hear from you. And another person that we generally love to hear from is Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, although I know you do have... Yeah, because over the next couple of days, Dakota, people might not be such a fan because we believe spring is here, but not quite.
Yeah, I mean, you know, April is one of these months where it can get cold, we can have rain and snow, we can have everything but the kitchen sink in April. It's happened before and it will happen again. Let's take a look at the graphics and want to talk about the weather headlines to start off with, because enjoy what you got today, because we all know what you have today is not going to be the story come tomorrow. It turns much colder tomorrow. We're going to get a shortwave trough coming in here, and of course a trough is basically a dip in the jet stream that will allow colder air from Canada to surge into the northeast. We're not talking 30s and lake effect snow, but we are talking cooler temperatures, at least 10 to 15 degrees below the averages for this time of the year. We could see some wet snowflakes on the hills Thursday afternoon, then going into Friday morning, and any accumulation, slushy if anything. Less than an inch looks to be our best chance for that, if anybody even gets anything out of it at all. Today, though, if you've got a tea time for the afternoon, great. Temperatures are going to be hovering right around the 60-degree mark, around 62 at 4 o'clock. The winds ultimately are going to shift here. Notice it southwest, then shifting to the northwest. This shift in the wind direction is ultimately going to be a piece of what's going to be coming our way over the next 24 hours. So let's time it out here on Future Scan. Notice Future Scan does paint a couple isolated rain showers. I wouldn't rule it out, but I do think the majority of the afternoon should be mainly dry with a good supply of sunshine. Here we go into tonight. Another storm system that's passing up in the upper Great Lakes is actually going to throw us some rain showers first overnight tonight and then through the day tomorrow. But notice what pops up here in just a couple of frames. Notice this blue area mixing in here. That's going to be the potential for maybe some of that wet snow that's going to ultimately mix in later in the day on Thursday. And the better placement of this looks like it's going to be across the hillier terrain of the southern tier. Now, if you're near the Lake Erie shoreline, which is often one of the flatter locations in the southern tier, the chance of you getting the snow not very high. But if you live on one of the hillier terrains, especially up on the Chautauqua Ridge going up into the hills of Cattaraugus County, you could see some wet snowflakes at times falling through the day tomorrow, and then especially on Thursday night going into early Friday, you see more of them popping up here. So let's take a look at the forecast for tonight. 36 to 42, mostly cloudy, scattered rain showers develop, and there may be a snowflake somewhere across the hillier terrain, especially by the morning hours. Colder with that northwest wind averaging 5 to 10 miles per hour. At the bus stop tomorrow morning, 37 showers, maybe a stray snowflake possible. And then when the kids are coming home at about 3 o'clock, I got a pair of 4s, still a couple showers around, but should be mainly dry. And now, how about the future? Brought to you by 42 Degrees and Sunny, 46 tomorrow. And that's with the rain and wet snow showers possible. A chilly day on Friday, 49, should be mainly rain there. The weekend looking decent. There is a small chance for a shower on Sunday, but I didn't even put the shower icon in there. It's a relatively small chance. And then Monday and Tuesday looking dry with temperatures actually averaging out to about where they should be for this time of the year. We'll take a break. Be right back.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by 42 Degrees and Sunny, smoking deals on smoking accessories. Learn more at 42degreesandsunny.com. That's 42degreesandsunny.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights. Vests.
please give us some room.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
When you need help,
It's our job
To help you.
To save you.
despite the danger.
this danger.
This danger is real.
Do your part.
Please
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
move over.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
It's not just what we say, it's what we do.
Local first. It isn't just our slogan. It's our mindset every single day. So whether you're watching our daily up to date with reports on our website and mobile app, you'll always see the same attention to detail from reporters who passionately care about our community, who have one goal in mind, to always put the facts first.
For me, it's more than just getting the forecast right. What I love the most about my job is that I come into work every day to help break down the weather, letting people know how this is going to impact their day. We take pride that First Defense Weather is the only local weather team in the southern tier. We don't just copy and paste our weather from outside sources. Every part of our forecast is handmade right here in-house, something our team really takes pride in.
What matters to you matters to us. Every story, every day. WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. Well, Jenny's Splendid Ice Cream is working 9 to 5 to create the new Dolly Parton flavor. Demand for the ice cream crashed the company's website when it was released last week. Some customers who were reportedly able to get the flavor then tried to sell it on eBay for $1,000 a pint. Jenny says it will give 48-hour notice via email and social media before strawberry pretzel pie is available. The ice cream has layers of salty pretzels, sweet and tangy cream cheese, ice cream, and strawberry sauce. Sales benefit Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, a program that gives free books to children from birth to age 5. Well, Taylor Swift has dropped her first re-recorded album of 2008's Fearless. It includes 6 songs from the vault that almost made the album. Swift is in the process of re-recording her earlier albums after losing the rights to her master recordings. A music executive acquired the master recordings of her first 6 albums from her former label for $300 million nearly 2 years ago, despite her objection. She was 18 when she recorded Fearless, her second studio album. Well, now at 31, this one is called Fearless Taylor's version. An old school toy goes high-tech. Transformers, the classic action figure that can be morphed into vehicles, can be tough for some to transform. Well, Hasbro is addressing that by making them more complex. The new Optimus Prime now auto-converts itself. The robot can reshape itself thanks to robotic updates. Of course, the 19-inch item, which was around 5,000 components, has a hefty price tag of $700. 27 painted servo motors and 60 connected microchips are needed to pull off the automated process. Orders are expected to start shipping in August. Let us know what you think about that and more in the comments down below. Dakota, we kind of started the show with toys and we're ending it with toys. I don't know, for that price tag, if I would buy that for my kid. Although I would say that I assume as a young child you would probably want something. I mean, that's pretty darn cool.
Well, you see, I can't speak for a normal child because I wasn't normal.
You didn't like Transformers and all that?
I was further away from normal. So it's
that's what makes you unique, my friend.
So it's like, well, kids were playing with their Game Boys and whatnot. I was hanging out in the vacuum cleaner section at Sears trying out all the vacuums.
Why not? It's what makes you such a great person, I think, is the uniqueness that brings us together. I mean, I imagine it contributed to your great skills today. What do you guys think of the comments? Should parents fess up and buy a Transformer toy like that? I don't know. But my mom actually did get back to me, if you were watching earlier in the show, about KB Toys. And she says that she believes the train set that I purchased or I guess they purchased for me at KB Toys, I didn't have any money back then, is more than likely in our attic. However, she's not sure because there's so much up there. So maybe that should be my weekend project. I should go over there and try to find it. Maybe.
Well, I mean, hey, at least you have something to do this weekend. Go rummaging through. I mean, it could turn into like, what is it? The Rugrats episode where Tommy and Angelica spend a week with Grandpa Boris.
Yep.
And, they went up into the attic and, they found all the old clothes and whatnot.
Right, yeah, and they tried them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be kind of fun. I loved my grandparents' attic as a kid. It was always so cool. There was always so much stuff up there.
That's where they hid the candy.
Yeah, well, not quite. No candy, unless the spiders are the candy.
Yes. And then you find a wig and then a little silhouette thing that was there from about 1945.
Right. Yeah. So much history. I mean, one day I really, real quick, I know they're playing the Get To It guys music, but I loved Legos as a kid. It was incredible. And I still think I had a million Legos probably. I bet my mom probably has boxes full of them.
I was the only one who could make the old Arby's sign
in a light bright.
Yes, on a light bright.
Wow. That would be cool to see. Could you think if we got one of those, you could reduplicate the WNY News sign?
I don't know. Give me about 4 or 5 months and maybe I'll.
That would be cool. We could have that in the entryway. Something to think about. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Of course, News 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. Have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.